All right, so one of the first questions here for you firearms guys is if you had to choose one optic for a rifle or one for a pistol go-to, like what would your go-to rifle optic be, and what would your go-to pistol optic be, and why?
We're gonna start on that, so I just move this.
We're gonna start with Luis.
I would just pick the aim point T2.
You like the aim point?
Yeah, the aim point.
For
Yeah.
both?
Which one?
Pistol and carbine?
This is for the rifle, for the
actually,
carbine.
yeah, that freaking new Acro P2 for the handgun is fucking sexy.
Yeah?
Super
Yeah.
sexy.
You like
But
that?
I wanna try
the
that
reason
one
for the
out.
rifle, it's just the reliability. It's just I've seen so many EO techs take shit.
Really?
So many.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So many.
Also, L3 had that huge recall
Yeah.
a few years
and
back.
I know they fixed most of it,
Yeah.
but they're just unreliable in my opinion, in my
Okay.
experience.
It's just hard to come back from that type of like
Yeah.
I hear
That's
thousands
interesting.
of EO techs. were
But that was
recalled
before
for-
the EXPS3, right?
Right.
I believe so.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm
It
not-
was.
I'm
It was.
not
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It
That's
was.
fine.
It was before.
But yeah, I've had my aim point. Fuck. Have you seen my gun? Like that thing's beat up.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
runs.
that's true.
Yeah.
Like, and my aim point's been on there, and it has never lost zero.
I
never
totally
any-
appreciate that.
Anything.
I mean, like when you got that kind of reliability and you just
Yeah.
know, like that dog's with you.
And-
Yep.
That
and-
dog's gonna hunt every single
Yep.
time.
And you
like-
guys
Yep.
now see like the transitions when you don't have a sling.
right?
I mean, we have dropped our guns on those.
I am
T2s
not-
hundreds.
I'm
of
gonna,
times in
yeah,
the
I'm gonna be
rocks.
honest. I'm gonna be honest. Like that's the first time I've like moved into some of that stuff where you're dropping that gun on the ground. Like you just, I haven't trained like that without a sling. Like you just don't
right.
go onto the range without. It's like going on the range without a holster, right?
Exactly.
So taking that thing off and talking through the situation.
A lot of people don't want to do that because they have $30,000 on their fucking super cool high up race gun.
I
Call of
felt
Duty.
bad for
Duty.
setting
Shit.
down the one I borrowed today.
Yeah.
Paul drops his shit all the time.
Okay,
Paul,
cool. So I was like, this thing's like brand new.
Paul trains his guns just like anybody else.
Okay.
Paul
Yeah,
will
man.
fucking run those guns, and all those parts that Paul have are reliable for that reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
So aim point and that new Acro P2, that'd be my handgun.
You like
So
that?
what about you,
Yeah.
B-Dub?
I haven't had any hands-on with it. I've shot it a couple times, but that thing is just from
Yeah.
what I know about red dots, that thing is fucking
For,
nice.
for the
Silky
record,
smooth.
now, and I'll set it straight. Both of these guys did not get on the red dot train for handguns for years, and this
I
is more
was.
is more like indoctrinated shit. And then they finally saw the light, and they go, "What the fuck were we doing?" And thinking,
Yeah,
like, the
I had
future
a
is
had a
now,
red dot
man.
when they first came out. I had the RMR, the one with the little. I don't think they make it anymore. It's like the fucking solar.
No, they make them still.
They do.
They're out.
I
Yeah,
don't
they're
even
still
know.
By
out.
what company?
The Trigicon.
Oh.
The
And
Trigicon one?
I had that
Yeah, the
a
green one.
long time ago. I'm talking about like 8 years ago, maybe. I don't even probably 6 years ago ish, 6-7 years ago, and then I got LASIK eye surgery,
Okay.
and then I was able to see. I had a weird vision thing that I couldn't focus when I was shooting, and then I got LASIK, and I'm like Superman. I could
Changed your world?
Yeah, dude, changed my world. So I didn't really need the red dot anymore as a handicap, I guess you should
Hand
say.
me my fanny pack that's over there.
But
I'm gonna show
now
somebody.
it's just the new way of life. Like I got to jump on board. I'm old school. I have iron sights, but I've shot plenty with Jerry's and other people's, and I dig it. It's super
Yeah.
fast, super fucking accurate.
It
you
is
know.
really hard to argue either of those two things, fast and accurate.
Yep.
Like, and who doesn't want to be more
Fast
of
and
both
accurate.
of those things, right?
100%.
Yeah, I feel you.
And kind of one of the transition points for me mentally was when someone said to me verbally out loud. And when I say it out loud, everyone's going to be like, "Oh my god, that makes so much sense." What's faster in a carbine, a red dot or iron sights?
Dude, I just shot with irons last week. And I
Right?
was on a carbine, and I was like, fuck.
There's a lot of things that have to happen in processing there, right? Yeah.
Right. So, but we're running iron sights with pistols because we don't want to accept change or adopt like
Really good question.
that's what mentally changed my mindset to okay, cool, I got it. And then I tried a bunch, and I was like, yep, I'm in.
We talked about earlier today looking through a soda straw, and
Right.
looking through iron sights on a carbine is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
We get that
You
rear.
almost go cross-eyed.
You
right?
almost go cross-eyed, my friend.
Yeah.
So my opinions is short and sweet because I'm going to agree with Luis 100%. I've ran EOTech for a while, and I've ran Aimpoint for longer. And same thing, I have so many examples and so many years and so many reps of Aimpoint just being a workhorse. That being said, if you want to save some money, the difference between the T series, T1 and 2 micro, and H1 and 2, T is for tactical. It dims down low enough to be compatible with night vision. But if you don't own night vision, you want to save some money, get the H model, which stands for hunting, and it doesn't dim that low, and you'll also save money. It's a little cheaper because it's not the tactical model, right? So, so if you
But it's
just,
the same
it's the
exact
same exact thing. It just doesn't dim low as the T series. So
That's
T1
interesting.
it-
That's interesting that that's
a
the
marketing
thing.
a marketing thing. You
That's
know
the
what I
thing.
mean?
Like, why can't it? That they literally don't let it dim lower. It'd be one thing if it didn't get brighter.
I think
Right.
it's more than just
Right.
the dimness. I think the glass itself is tinted differently. Don't quote me though. I have to look at the exact
There's not much
specifications,
difference,
but it's
but-
very, very minimal, the difference between the H and the T series.
The
But-
batteries too.
it might be that too, yeah.
Yeah.
So for
I'll
me, I
find
have a
out.
little bit more experience with red dots, both on carbine and handgun. I've been running handgun red dots now for, God, pretty much all my law enforcement career. I started off with RMRs, and then I kind of saw. Well, the reason I started with RMR is when you think of red dots 10 years ago, that was like Trijicon was like the pinnacle, right? Like that's what military uses. That's
Right.
what soft units use. That's that's the thing. And I'm like, oh, cool. Let me go spend $700 on a red dot, and come to find out that there's other stuff out there that works almost as well. So I saw the light, and I started getting more and asking a lot of questions, and I found this little company. You might have heard of them. They're called Loophole.
Yeah.
And I ended up picking up a Delta Point Pro. Nick actually sent me one. Nick is the I don't remember his official title, but I want to say he's like director of marketing or something. Thank you, Nick, by the way. Nick sent me a Delta Point, and this has been my duty red dot on my handgun for probably 5-6 years now. It has beat the hell up.
Same one you got, the original.
The one on my dick right now
Right.
is my Delta Point Pro,
Gotcha.
the original one.
I will say that the window is like a lot nicer than the RMR.
So on that, biggest reason why I went from RMR to the Delta Point Pro is for me the field of view is, to me, it's more superior. It's a natural circle. The glass tint is pretty much clear. If you look at a lot of RMRs, they have that green film kind of look to them, and to me it threw me off. It
It's
was
almost
very-
like a uridium kind of look on it. Yeah.
it just looks off. It doesn't look correct to me. So that threw me off. So with the Delta Point Pro, it's a little bit more clear. Another pro for me is the replacement on the battery for the Delta Point Pro is external. All you have to do is pop it on the left side. It opens up like a little manhole, and you replace the battery.
Yep.
Now, it doesn't come with its shortcomings, obviously. The batch that I got, for some reason, I want to say it's the same lot or batch that was left out in some kind of airfield, and shit got warped on the inside, and the contacts got all fucked up. So I did have to send my Delta Point Pro back at
For
one
service
point
or something?
for service, and they fixed it. But I've had some issues with the red dot turning on and off occasionally.
Yeah.
It since has been working flawlessly, but I think I'm ready to replace my red dot on my handgun for what Luis was talking about, which is the acro.
Really?
This last SHOT Show we went to go shoot it, dude. Oh my god, bro! It just
Yeah, SHOT
closed
Show
emitter,
kinda
open
made me-
emitter. For me, it kind of makes a difference. I have to constantly remove my gun every day before shift and clean off the open emitter area because I have lint in my fucking tidy whities, I guess, or something.
It finds its way into funny places, doesn't
In
it?
funny places. So with the closed emitter, and you would think, oh, it's big, it's bulk. It's not that big of a footprint, dude. It really isn't. Like if my skinny ass, or fat ass actually, can conceal a red dot, a full duty almost handgun with a acro, pretty much anybody. I mean, not an acro, yeah, an acro. Pretty
Yeah.
much anybody can. So to me, I think I'm going to start. We've all agreed that we're going to buy a closed emitter acro, the P2 for duty use more than likely, but for everyday.
And I
use.
know what everybody's thinking hearing this. Oh my God, it's so expensive.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what's expensive?
What's the
dude?
price on it?
Yeah.
It's like 600.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my thing was I went into SHOT Show thinking, okay, I love EOTech. I'm going to try out their new optic. and I talked to like the rep, and I'm really big on like American made stuff, and from what I heard, they like changed some stuff with manufacturing, and supposedly that's like out of country now, and that's how they got the price point on it.
So what's manufactured out of country though? Like
On-
the components, the glass, the housing?
I forgot what he said, honestly. I mean, I'll have to look it up, but it
I mean,
was,
I can't tell you where Aimpoint makes
yeah,
their stuff.
but
I have no idea.
I don't know
honestly.
exactly, but I feel like I looked up the T2 and it's like all American.
And we're not talking shit about EOTech. I mean, they
No,
they sent
no,
us
no,
their
no.
they sent us a set. They sent us their new, what is it?
The pistol,
Their pistol optic?
No,
No.
their new optic they have that replaced that fucked up
The
one.
G, no, the G.
Talking about the EXPS3?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. They sent us that
And then
with
the
their
magnifier, too,
magnifier,
with
and
it.
we're
Yeah,
we're putting it through the paces.
I
we're
love
we're
it.
fucking
It's-
throwing it on. I have it on a rifle right now, and I'm fucking. I have no cases for my rifles.
Everybody on my department runs that.
Fun, throw
setup.
shit out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so that's the thing for me is like I wanted to try the Aimpoint because for rifles I actually went from EOTech to Aimpoint, and then now I've been kind of going back and forth to see like the EOTech's just so like open, like the window, to where I feel like I can see everything around me, but I don't shoot as well as I do with the EOTech, or with the with the Aimpoint, and then the Aimpoint too, like I don't change the batteries like I do on the EOTech. Like I feel like the EOTech I'm changing batteries fairly often.
Absolutely, yeah. I
So
totally
I'm
agree
going
with
to introduce something real quick. It's an older red dot that came out.
They throw thing in the fucking trash.
No, I liked it. I liked it. Nick, I liked it. Okay.
Nope. Fuck
So
it. Throw that
it's
thing in the
the
trash.
Delta
Hey,
Point
hand me a
Pro
trash bag.
Micro, I think it is.
Okay.
And basically it just
Trash.
attaches to the rear, where the rear,
Rear
sight
sight
notch
would
is.
go. Yeah.
Trash.
And no, shut the fuck up.
Talk about so,
Just because you can't shoot red dots
No,
or guns
so I have a
or
question.
iron sights doesn't mean it's trash. Okay.
Trash.
I shot through it. I like it. However, it does. You would think
talk about looking through a
a
straw,
yeah.
dude.
It-
Bro, trash.
Yeah.
So
No.
so even with both eyes open, I'm not as far as Luis.
I had it on my gun for the last.
I'm not
3
as
months.
far gone as
Trash.
Luis is with this, but I'm nowhere close to where Jerry's at. So it is so small to where it's like acquiring your irons all over again.
No,
It's,
here's-
it almost doesn't
no.
make
Look,
it quicker.
I'm looking at it right now. I don't even see the cylindrical portion of it. All
So
I
you
see is
trash
the
can.
red dot.
So-
all I see is the red dot. So,
So
look through it. Look
isn't
through
the idea with this though supposed to be an upgrade from irons, but
Correct.
not like a
but not.
But not- you
not
don't
a
mill
full
it.
window?
it. You don't. It's not a full window.
Okay.
You don't mill it. You
Oh.
just pop off your rear sight.
Basically it's an easy application, right?
That's one thing.
Yeah, but it's not worth it.
No,
It's
no,
so
no, no.
small.
You haven't put it
That's
through
what she
the head,
said.
through the ringer. dude. So don't. Here's the thing. Don't. And I don't work for Loophole. Okay.
I do.
So
It's
don't
trash.
look through the actual cylindrical.
Okay,
tube. Just look beyond it.
I
and
get you. I get you.
Superimpose the red dot on whatever you're looking at. You don't even see the outline of the circle too much. You really
Man,
don't.
but if you are not strict, I mean, if this is not coming into presentation almost perfect, and I'm trying to find the dot, right? So you said something out there on the range today, and it was like we were going through the 7 fundamentals, and we are talking about sight picture, right?
Sight alignment.
And sight acquisition, right? Or target
So
acquisition.
picture side alignment. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, sight alignment.
same.
And you were combining that, and you're going, look, let's talk about site management or target
Yes.
site management.
Yes.
With this, I'm telling you right now, like if I'm trying to find the dot, like, and I know it's pointed in the right direction, the window is so small on here. I feel like that whole concept gets really, quote unquote, blurry.
Now let me put this to you: attach a light in the room, and then the washout.
And have that because there's no adjustment.
no,
There's
at the
an
bottom.
adjustment,
Is there-
but
bottom.
the
bottom where you
washout on
replace
that
the
little
the
glass.
battery.
Think
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, if
Dude,
you
hold-
press that, it'll,
let me
it'll
see. I have
dim
a
and,
flashlight.
and
I'm gonna shine this light at you. Look at that dot.
Don't-
I'm not
don't
gonna
look
shine
at
it
it.
directly
like,
at you,
I don't know.
but I'm gonna shine it right there.
Yeah.
What's the price point
I
on that?
can't
Like,
actually. I can't
a lot
see
less.
stores?
Exactly.
at all.
for that one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't quote
So,
it.
At
if
least
I,
on-
so what
on
you're
the
saying
red
is
dot.
like,
Yeah.
so if you're
Okay,
running a
so-
light or even a pistol light, a weapon mounted light, you're hitting something that's a whiter
Okay.
background. It's flashing back at you.
The washout is
yeah,
insane.
the washout basically makes the dot disappear.
At least just because of that small window.
Let me ask you something. How much is some Trigicon suppressor height sights?
No more. I mean,
L-
a
l-
good
for
set
the
for like
duo,
120
maybe
bucks.
120 bucks.
$120?
Yeah.
And then like a good like red dot starts at like 350 or 4, right? When we're
I mean-
talking about your average, like
I mean, you can get a hollow
whether
sun.
it's Holliston, but we don't know if they're gonna hit the red button on us. But yeah,
He's talking about that
Holison, because those are
China
good, right? And then like RMR and aim point and stuff. My point is that the way they explained it at Leopold, I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, would I rather have that or irons? I'd rather have that. But would I rather have that or a Trijicon SRO? I'd rather have a Trijicon SRO.
How much is that in retail?
Like about 300, if not less.
Yeah, so it kind of
Trash.
makes sense to me in
Trash.
terms of
He doesn't even
when you
shoot,
explain it
bro.
like that, like the price point and how slim it is, how slick it is. And,
I wish them
and
the best.
And any other one, like if we're talking about the acro, like you have to get a slide for that or somebody to mill it. So that's cost on top of all that.
It's another, it's whatever.
Yeah,
you
I
wanna
get
pay,
the. I
but-
100%
So the
get the
modularity
concept.
you're saying
I
is
get
Yeah,
it.
making up for a
it's-
little
It's
bit.
very innovative. I'm very proud that we're in America and they fucking
we're
made
pushing
that. Like
that
it's
road.
fucking awesome.
But you're saying it's going away.
I
not
love it.
sticking
It's
around.
No,
just
not
it's
necessarily.
not worth it in a gun that you're gonna potentially save your life with.
So what's the application, Gary? So you like the thing. So what's the application for you?
So no. So, okay. So first and foremost, hold on. Let me rewind. Okay.
I'm so
because
sorry.
didn't
I don't
finish-
hate any of the companies.
I didn't even,
It's
I
just
didn't
a
even
trash
finish,
product.
You know what I look for in red dots and what I use.
See, told you guys not to put me on
Again,
this
I'm
fucking podcast.
Running
Fuck.
the full-on
Give 'em
Delta
one
Point
beer
Pro.
and
I'm
can't
probably going to
fucking-
change to the Acro P2.
Jesus, Brian.
What I look for in a red dot is a few things:
A red dot.
durability, simplicity. Price point doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I'll save money if I have to buy something that's more expensive. But simplicity, durability, and a company that stands behind their product in the sense that if it goes down and I send it back to them, they'll replace it. So Loophole has that lifetime warranty. That's one of the things they have. So you could send one of their optics or red dots to them, and they'll either, as long as you didn't purposely slam it on the floor or hit it with your mallet, they'll replace it. If it stops working, they'll replace it or they'll fix it. So I look for those things. Those are the things that I look for. Simplicity being the biggest thing. Simplicity and durability. On my carbine, I've been rocking the T2 now for
Since
Dude,
we
since
bought it.
we've met.
since we
like,
met. The exact same one that's on my carbine right now is the
Same
one
here.
that I've been
Same one.
rocking.
Yeah.
Same-
one.
same here,
I
same
have
you?
others. I have
we
others.
all
It's
made
a-
an order. We all
That's right.
We made
did a
like
group.
I ordered 9
Don't tell them how
aim
much.
points
Yeah.
at
Quiet, quiet.
we they
Quiet.
gave us a very
Nothing, no,
they
they
added
didn't do-
50% on top
my
of
God,
what
shut
the
up.
price was.
So anyway, I've been rocking that one for forever.
Yeah, that's right. We all
And
got
I
them.
mean, I have other red dots for carbines. I have the LCO, which is a great optic. I have some of the EOTech stuff, but I just keep going back to the aim point. Now, recently we saw the Duty aim point, the Duty model.
Yeah.
I forget the full name of it.
RCO,
and
I think
and
it's
It's supposed to be cheaper, right?
it's
Yeah,
the
it's a little
price point is cheaper. It's
Same
pretty
durability,
durable. The
yeah.
housing is pretty good. It's meant for like the like the everyday consumer. It's not meant for like.
It's meant for that police officer that doesn't want to spend a lot of money but wants to have something better
Or
than
just
that.
their department just approved the
Just
things
approved
and
it,
they don't really
exactly.
know. But
And
they-
it's great.
They want
I
one
saw
or
it
need
and
one.
I see no difference.
You can strap one right on.
Really
and
isn't.
good to go.
The aesthetics maybe looks a little different. It looks a
Yeah.
little bit like cheaper looking, but I don't give a shit, dude. I
Well,
chuck my
yeah.
rifles on the ground
Yeah,
anyways.
the reality is that duty rifle. How often does it actually come out?
Yeah.
Ever? And you know.
So
qualified.
that's kind of what I look for
You have one.
in red dots for handgun and in carbine. Now you were asking me about this.
Yeah.
What about this?
Yeah. What's the application for that for you, man?
Well, I have yet to test it out fully. I think that I have a few handgun, a few Glocks that I don't have any red dots on. I think that's my application for it. Is instead of shooting iron sights, I'm just going to drop something easy like this.
Okay, cool.
This is,
so
it's so
a range.
simple.
It's a fun deal. You can take out to the range.
Not necessarily fun. It's just I have other Glocks and I go, I want red dots, but I don't want to spend another $700 on
But that
them.
works with the front sight post, right?
It does, yeah.
Irons.
Yeah. But here's the thing: you don't have to. They don't. The red dot doesn't have to line. It doesn't have to co-witness with it. It
No, I'm
doesn't,
just
'cause
saying
you
if the
zero
dot
this
went
different.
out.
Yeah. If the dot. Oh, that's a good question. I don't
Yeah.
know, because you don't.
But what's
have
the
a rear
question?
notch.
So
what's the
my
question,
thought
JP?
was if this replaces the rear sight, right?
The rear
then
notch,
if,
yeah.
if the dot goes
Goes
out,
out.
then can you still use that?
That's
Like,
it.
because there is irons like that.
So,
that are
so
like
I will,
can.
if I may.
what, dude? What?
I'm just saying, you have no rear sight, which you don't really need for point shooting, which most of us here do.
Yeah, clear.
It's clear.
Clear.
You gotta talk into it.
Okay, so my Delta Point Pro, I had it milled, and I added the extension rear notch that they sell. But I had to add that after. It was either that or mill it in the front and add the
And-
rear
and
sight in
add
front
it
of the
in
red
front,
dot. Yeah.
yeah.
So I didn't. I opted out for what they sell. What they sell, and it's co-witnessed with my front suppressor sights. We raised it and it's zeroed. So that's what I had to do with mine.
So there was extra work on top of the work that you already had done, is what you're saying. And you're going deeper into your pocket to make it all work out.
I've probably spent aftermarket on this gun a lot of money, more than what the gun initially cost me, 100%. Let's think about it. I have a Cogworks.
Everybody right now walking in frame is Chris Upshaw.
I have a
Man on the
Cogworks,
miss.
a heightened.
Yeah, I run the same on my
Yeah.
17. Yeah.
The
I love
slide
it,
stop
actually.
lever. I had it stippled by, by.
Come on.
Fuck, I forget.
Some
Anyway,
dude in California.
Some dude in California. Yeah,
He's actually
sorry,
really
sorry,
good.
Chris. I'll throw you a bone in a minute. I have a flat trigger from.
Apex.
No, it's
No,
not
that's not
Apex.
Apex.
No, it's not Apex. It's who do we use? We used to use a lot.
I'm gonna walk away before I say something mean about you.
Yeah. I have an Agency Arms barrel. I have the Delta Point Pro. I had it milled. I have a Zev flared out magwell, the tactical series. So I've had a lot of fucking work done on this gun. And everything that I've had done.
Still doesn't add up to what you had to put into that optic in the mounting system.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that begs a lot of questions, man.
No, like, look, dude. I think that when I seen this, what is it called? The Leopold,
This one's the Delta Point Micro.
the Micro.
Yeah.
So when I seen that, I actually thought it was a joke. Like when I first seen it, but after like getting the explanation and like looking through it, I think I get it.
2 pizzas.
Yeah. So.
That's a huge
Two
pizza,
pizzas?
dude.
So let's. I assume we have a bunch of other
Grant
questions.
Yeah,
Defense, I'm
Let's
sorry.
get
yeah.
back on track.
Grant Defense Trigger, I'm sorry.
So I think we beat that horse. Did you guys have anything to add over there? On the
So I wanted
casting
to try
couch
out
number 2.
casting couch. I wanted to try the aim point acro, so I'm kind of glad that you guys are moving, so I can kind of get some feedback from you guys because I really
Yeah.
wanted to try that.
Okay.
I currently run the SRO and the RMR because I've beat the shit out of my RMR and
Both
it just
proven.
lives.
Yeah.
But like things like the Delta Point and was it Delta Point Pro and the SRO, the window is just way better than the RMR in my opinion. So I've been kind of like looking at other things like that, like aim point acro. Maybe not the window is not going to be like a lot better than the RMR, but it's closed emitter and I want to see what that's about. Even though, I don't really know, my RMR is just fine.
And not to go back to carbine, but I prefer the size of the EOTech window to the T2.
I agree.
No, exactly right.
Yeah.
But you want the aim point over the.
But it's everything else. It's because
Yeah.
the EOTech does have a larger footprint on the Picatinny rail.
True.
You know
and
what I mean?
And
And
you
then-
got to lift it up.
And it's
so you
gotta-
got to put something like a Unity.
It's got to be higher,
mount on
and
it.
so I'm not saying I want the T2 to have a larger window, but they could probably go a little bigger.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm still happy with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, talking about like the window.
No, I think the
size,
EOTech, you feel
clarity.
great with your window, but then like I always shoot better and my aim point's bulletproof.
I thought you were an ACOG guy.
ACOG, no. What the fuck?